Hot on TV, it's what we're talking about right now. Is it over the top? One group that watches primetime programming for family-friendly content says TV shows have quite literally gone to pot. Pardon the pun there. Melissa Henson is with the Parents Television Council. She joins us this morning. Good morning to you, Melissa.
Good morning.
Along with another point of view from Alan St. Pierre with the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, or NORML. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Let's talk about what the PTC has found, and you're saying that there is much more use of marijuana on television, and not just dramas, but we're talking about animated shows as well. Sure. Tell us what you found.
Well, I think nobody would be surprised to see references to marijuana or other drugs on a legal drama, for example, in the context of an arrest or it being the precursor to some commission of a crime. But what we are seeing increasingly are very jokey references to marijuana use on programs that are very popular with young viewers, or very casual treatments of marijuana use on programs like Gossip Girl, animated programs like Family Guy and American Dad and Cleveland Show, which are very popular with young viewers.
Alan, do you see this as a bad thing?
I see it's a reflective thing. I mean, Hollywood is just reflecting what's going on in the culture, and today marijuana is very popular despite its 73-year prohibition. Californians this year will vote on its legalization. 14 states have decriminalized it. 14 states have medical marijuana. Of course, in California now it seems almost quasi-legal. And of course, much of the Hollywood writers are in California, and it's reflecting what they're seeing on around them. I think a lot of the narratives in the plot lines are the friction caused by prohibition. That's the comedy that's created, is by the prohibition itself, not so much the marijuana.
Like what we just saw with Family Guy, which we're going to get to. Alan, let me just ask you NORML's position on legalizing marijuana. Where does the organization stand?
That an adult who uses it responsibly should not be arrested.
Okay. Melissa, let's get to some of the clips. We saw that Family Guy clip, and we'll just say that was a parody about legalizing and just what Alan said here. Want to watch a clip, though, from a show that's no longer on the air, but it's called Beautiful Life, and it was on the CW network. Let's take a look at this.
Come on in, the store's open. What do you need? I got a whole pharmacy here.
Okay, so we have a relatively, you know what they say, the clean-cut looking suburban guy out there trying to buy some marijuana. We're looking at the clip here. What message does this send? CW, you know, this is what the tweens are watching right now.
Right. And similarly, Gossip Girl, which I also mentioned earlier, these are programs that are very popular and appealing to young viewers, especially because they tend to have a very attractive young cast. They tend to present an aspirational lifestyle. So a young viewer who's watching these programs and they see attractive, popular, sexy, whatever, wealthy young people using drugs very casually without any consequences for that action, it's going to communicate to them the idea that this is not only acceptable behavior, but it's normal behavior, it's mainstream behavior. And I think that should be a real concern for parents.
Now, Alan, you said that a lot of it deals with the, a parody of the whole prohibition. This is something different, though, and it does. These kids look like they don't have a care in the world, When you see this, what is NORML's response to this? Because you said adults, consenting adults using this drug, for lack of a better word here.
Well, when it comes to these sort of programs, again, they do reflect what youth are going through today, and that's despite the DARE program, the Partnership for Drug-Free America, that today a 15 to 17-year-old is confronted with a pharmacopoeia of different drugs, some of them stolen from their parents, prescription drugs, alcohol that's purchased illegally. So nothing's really changed too much in our lifetimes, but we do have to reflect the fact that this has found its way into the family hour between 8 to 10. This past couple of weeks ago, the new show Parenting, the theme of the very first show was marijuana smoking, which I thought was amazing.
Is this an opportunity to teach as normal season? I'll ask you the same thing. Is there a way to turn this around? Is this a responsibility on the parent?
Well, I think certainly if a parent is watching these programs with their child and they're confronted with this type of content, they should try to use it into a teaching opportunity, a learning opportunity for that child, and explain, what their views are on illegal drug use and the potential consequences for getting involved, because it is still, after all, illegal. It is still prosecutable, and it can still affect a child's life if they are caught using these kinds of drugs. So I think that's important for parents to reinforce those messages. messages for their kids, that it's not just a casual recreational kind of thing that they see on TV.
With about a minute left, I want to show, this is the new show on the Fox network. This is called The Cleveland Show. This is a short clip. Let's look at this.
This is Tim and Ariana, Raymond's mom and dad.
That's a Raymond right back there.
Hello?
Short, like we said, but clearly he's sort of out of it in that. But they're bears. I mean, Alan, when you see that, it seems sort of kid-friendly. Like, my kid might be watching that thinking, well, that's cool because he's all slow acting or whatever.
Well, absolutely. The idea, of course, today, cartoons do morph between children being attracted. These are written pretty much by adults for adults. So it's a very gray area to be created today. And it is a teachable moment for parents. I mean, through the comedy of the moment, they have an opportunity to talk about the effects of the drug, the effects of being arrested, things that they could anticipate in the workplace like drug testing. It doesn't hurt to have these conversations.
You say that pop culture will be the great equalizer, basically, will level the path for this to perhaps become legal in this country. Could you just flesh that out for me?
Well, there's probably 40 to 50 stoner movies. 2 or 3 come out every year. In less than a month, 420, this time of the year when on April 20th, this sort of national celebration of marijuana, where many movies, new albums will be launched. The numerology around it is almost mocked in this country. So it would appear that all government attempts to affect the use of it, even by children, haven't been that effective. Tobacco use in my life has been cut in half. We didn't use the criminal justice system to do it, and largely tobacco has been taken out of popular culture on movies and in TV shows. And I think in our lifetimes, marijuana probably will not be used also, but only when it's legal, not because of the friction of its illegality.
All right. We're out of time. I want to thank you for coming. What do you want TV to do?
Well, I think certainly on programs that are targeted to and appealing to young viewers, they should remove drug references, illegal drug references, or to the extent that they're included, there needs to be consequences.
Melissa Henson with the Parents Television Council, Alan St. Pierre with NORML. Thank you both so much.